From 1851 to 1997, Pentridge was home to some of Australia's most notorious criminals. Located 11 kilometres from Melbourne CBD, it could hold up to 1,000 inmates in its heyday. 186 prisoners were hung to death, the last being in 1967. Now, it's had new life breathed into its bluestone walls, being transformed into a modern shopping and lifestyle precinct. So why am I telling you all this? Well, if I'm going to spend the day locked up at the movies, there's no better cinema to do it in. Hi. Alright, this one's going to be a long one, so no time to piss fight about. This 30 before 30 is spend all day at the cinemas. If I'm going to get this done, I've got to abide by a few rules. And the rules are as follows. Rule number 1, I have to buy all the tickets, no cinema hopping. Rule number 2, I have to watch the movies in their entirety. If I'm hating one of them, I've got to watch it all the way to the end. There's no skipping out. Rule number 3, it has to be the first time I've seen these movies. No repeat viewings. Rule number 4, I have to see the first movie of the day and stay at the cinema until one of the last sessions of the day. It may not work out to be the very last session, that may conflict with rule 2 and 3, but one of the last sessions of the day. And the final rule, I am not allowed to leave the theatre premises. So wish me luck and enjoy. So the day began at 10:14 as I arrived at the cinemas just as they were opening. How many tickets can I buy in one ticket? Any? Okay, because I'm going to be here all day. Yeah. So can I With the tickets purchased and my game plan well in place, I made the first of many, many long walks down this corridor. Luckily for me though, I wasn't alone. My good buddy Hayden decided to come along for the adventure. The Fall Guy. Coming back to work after an almost career-ending accident, stuntman Colt Seavers has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his day job. Look, the first thing I gotta say about The Fall Guy is it has amazing stunts, and that's what you expect from a movie directed by David Leitch. You know, he's worked from Bullet Train, Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2. He's a former stuntman himself, so he knows how to do a great stunt, and he also knows how to make it look great. I will say, my only negative about this film is that it's about 15 minutes too long. It suffers from Lord of the Rings Return of the King syndrome, where you think it's about to end, and then it has another ending. And then it has another ending. And everything's wrapped up, and then it has another ending. I will say that this is the only film we saw this day that is based off a previous IP. Every other film we saw was an original idea, so Hollywood can make new ideas.
One down?
One down.
4 to go?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
Certainly a lot of movies.
Are we going to acknowledge the fact that it's just Big Fat Liar with more explosions?
One film down, 4 to go, we went to the candy bar to stock up on concessions. But as we got closer and closer, I started to feel uneased. I started to feel nervous. As we approached the candy bar, we were met with the sound of young children. The fear set in. God forbid these kids were in our theatre for the next session.
Well, we only have nearly 10 hours to go. So they're all flying. So they go more than a full day of work.
Exactly. I work a 10-hour shift normally.
Yeah.
God, I hope they're not in our theatre. I really hope they're not in our theatre.
Sorry.
That's okay.
As we found our seats in a thankfully very quiet theatre, the house lights went down for movie number 2. Abigail. After a group of would-be criminals kidnapped a 12-year-old ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, all they have to do to collect a $50 million ransom is watch the girl overnight. In an isolated mansion, the captors start to dwindle one by one, and they discover to their mounting horror that they are locked inside with no normal little girl. Alright, so my thoughts on Abigail. This film is directed by a duo known as Radio Silence, and I love their previous work from the most two recent Scream movies and a fun little film they did called Ready or Not, which kind of has a lot of the same elements that this film has. Now, if you know the twist, and you probably know the twist because I'm showing you the pictures of the twist right now, I wish I didn't know the twist. I wish I went in cold. I wish I hadn't seen any marketing before I sat down and watched this film, because I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. That being said though, I was so enjoying the film up until that twist. Up until that twist, it felt like a Reservoir Dogs style ragtag group of unknown criminals who've got to work together. And I was really enjoying that, and then the twist happened, and that's where it kind of lost me. It wasn't scary enough to be a horror film. It wasn't funny enough to be a comedy horror film. So it kind of just fell flat in the middle. I would say Abigail was my least favourite of the 5 films we saw today. Alright, we are out of Abigail.
Thoughts? What a terrible movie. The whole time I kept thinking about how I want to be on my phone instead of watching the movie. Oh man, my phone has such cool stuff on it, and this movie's so boring.
You know what it needed? It needed a lot of like Subway Surfer.
Yeah, that would be good. That would have kept me engaged. Oh.
This is some real Margaret and David stuff right there. In unrelated news, look who we've just found down there. That's right, we've got a third friend for
Look
the
who
adventure.
comes to join the party.
As I live and breathe.
All aboard the Hollywood Express, baby.
Oh yeah.
How are we feeling going to challenges?
Feeling good. Starting to see a movie that I've heard is good.
Yeah.
2 movies in a row.
Oh, Fall Guy.
Morale is low. Fall Guy was
It's got
okay.
a promising trailer.
Fall Guy was okay.
Tell you what else I'm annoyed about
What's that?
is that I haven't shown anyone my ticket the whole time.
I am also...
I could have just walked in.
Are we not this one?
I saw
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
This bathroom sign. I thought
says vag.
It said
It
vag.
says vag.
With the most highbrow joke ever under our belts, we went into the theatre for movie number 3.
Quality of opportunity, more local jobs.
Challenges. Tennis player turned coach Tashi has taken her husband, Art, and transformed him into a world-famous Grand Slam champion. To jolt him out of his recent losing streak, she signs him up for a challenger event, close to the lowest level of pro tournament, where he finds himself standing across the net from his former best friend and Tashi's former boyfriend. Alright, so third film of the day. This was the film that I was most fidgety in. And it was nothing against the film at all. I think by the third film of the day, that's when I was starting to get a bit antsy. There was a lot of great elements of challenges that I loved. There was some wonderful CGI tennis ball action, whereas the actors are playing tennis back and forth. The tennis ball is CGI, and the way that they have it come straight to the camera, I was flinching. Kind of like back in the 1920s when a theatre full of people ran out screaming because they thought a train was about to hit them. My main negative for the film, there's a lot of time jumps between the present day and 13 years prior, explaining the dynamics of the 3 main characters. And I don't mind time jumps in films, but this one got really in the weeds. There were moments where you jump back 13 years, then forward a year, then forward another year, then back 2 years, then forward 13 years, and it was just all over the place. It didn't have to be a linear story, but I think that time jumps could have been a lot tighter.
Yeah.
The real tennis is the friends they make it along the way.
And love also.
I enjoyed how there was a scoreboard at the end so you could keep track of how
I appreciated that so much.
I like that.
Clear how tennis works, especially the scoring.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
I just appreciate it because you knew how far into the movie you were.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say though, like, that film could have been a tight 90 minutes if they didn't have so much slow-mo.
Yeah, there was like way too much. That last 20 minutes was all like, it was like a minute of real time, all in slow.
There was so many like long one takes that were just them talking in hotel rooms.
Yeah, there was a lot of talking in hotel rooms.
And not as many orgies as I thought.
Yeah, only one.
Yeah.
I'm not even really, actually.
Was that even an
0.
It was Blue Balls, the movie.
Yeah, it was.
More like blue tennis balls.
Hey.
With the second highest brow joke made, we decide to head to the candy bar to stock up on refreshments. After a quick recap on challenges, it was time for the penultimate movie of the night. Now, a word to the wise, if you are going to spend a whole day at the cinemas, and you're going to have some friends come along with you, maybe best to buy the tickets all at once. I'll let Duncan explain why.
I'm sat behind Lockie right now because it's the only seat that was available when I went to go buy the tickets. That's him. There he is.
Promise you'll find your way home. Take the green place.
Okay, Hayden's also sitting behind Lockie because he also bought the wrong ticket.
Did you buy them as well?
Well, no, I just bought it later, so...
Yeah, no, I bought the wrong ticket.
I thought I was going to be sitting behind you guys and I'll be the third wheel, but Lockie's sitting in front of us.
I bought the 4:30 session instead of the 6 p.m, so hopefully it doesn't sell out.
That'd be really funny if it did sell out.
I'll just stand.
This is a great trailer.
Oh, I just got a great idea. Watch my genius. I'll find out which seats haven't been sold yet.
Oh,
and I'll sit there.
I think all the seats next... Oh, you think the seat next to Lockie is vacant?
I don't know, we'll see.
It's like we'll be competing to sit next to Lockie just like in that movie Challenges. Lockie's Zendaya and you and I were the two white boys.
We signed the seat. Okay, oh god.
Oh, it's stacked.
Okay, I have to sit in A10.
Like way up the front.
Everyone's welcome to you. There's plenty of room on the bandwagon.
Okay, wish me luck.
Hey, Joey, we're going to need a bit of flour.
Now sitting next to two complete strangers who were wondering why I was filming myself, the lights were about to go down for the fourth film of the evening. Civil War. In the near future, a group of war journalists attempt to survive while reporting the truth as the United States stands on the brink of a civil war. I had a lot of fun in Civil War, and not the good kind of fun, like the terror that, oh, this is very, very close to being a documentary. If you're going into this movie thinking it's going to be a commentary on the current political landscape in America, which it kind of is, but it's not really about that. It's about the war correspondents. It's about the four main characters who you travel with throughout the film and how they see the war through their camera lens. The film is purposely vague with the political alignments of the war. There's no way for the audience to be sitting there watching which side they would find themselves on, because the film isn't about that. What you're meant to do is you're meant to sign with the reporters, you're meant to sign with the journalists, and you're meant to see the war through them. One of my favourite parts of the film was I love the juxtaposition between Lee and Jesse, seeing how the brutal nature of a war zone can affect the most experienced of war correspondents and the most novice.
How was it up the front?
It was good. My neck hurts a bit, but it was fun. It was thrilling.
Did I ever tell you the time when I went and saw The Avengers, the very first one?
Yeah.
We bought tickets too late, so we're in the front, and there's sections of that subtitled, so the whole time I'm looking up at it, and then the subtitles comes on, and you have to remove the entire neck.
After the fifth bathroom stop for the evening, and aren't you glad I'm not showing you all that vision, it was time to stock up on snacks one last time, walk down that long corridor for the final movie of the challenge.
I love the movies.
Oh, hey guys. How's it going?
Are you excited for the movies?
Yeah. The movies. Here we go. Love Lies Bleeding.
This is your second time seeing it, right?
Yes, it is. I'm stoked to see it again. It's an okay movie.
Love Lies Bleeding. Reclusive gym manager Lou falls hard for Jackie, an ambitious bodybuilder headed through town to Las Vegas in pursuit of her dream. But their love ignites violence, pulling them deep into the web of Lou's criminal family. Fun fact, this was the only film we saw in this marathon that was helmed by a female director with a screenplay by a female team. This movie sets up a gritty world that makes you lean in and wants to know more. As the layers of the disturbing family dynamic peel back, you can't help but be intrigued with what's going to happen next. It's a movie that makes you root for the characters who are stuck in this crazy situation that they found themselves in. And quite frankly, it was my favourite film of the day. Credits rolled, house lights went up, and the day was over.
Do you feel triumphant?
I feel good. You know my favorite thing about today
The end?
was watching 5 movies. That's what I like.
I gotta love the movies.
My favorite thing about the Hollywood Express is the Hollywood Express.
Yeah, I like how we watched so many movies in one day.
It's weird to be here when the gates are closed, considering I was here when they were opening.
I did the whole day.
I did the whole day, baby. Time to cross that threshold.
Oh my god, you're about to leave the theatre.
I got it.
My friend said off, so I guess I can't do it.
Action then.
Oh man, you did it.
I did it. Just for anyone who says that I didn't. I did it.
Oh, man.